And we are live, at least with the recording. We just have to wait for the stream to start up, as always.
Yep, good old Twitch.
Yeah, as one does.
Yep.
So, I think... I think we're live? Yeah, we're live. We're good.
Yep,
Hi.
we're live.
Hello, everyone! And no one's in the stream yet, but still, hello, everyone.
Hello.
We gotta advertise this stream more, I think.
Yeah,
We
figure
gotta...
something out.
Yeah, we gotta do some kind of event, get some kind of person on, we'll figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's our second episode of season 3. We're still here. We're still doing this. Just the two of
Yeah.
us.
No one can stop us.
No. Well, hopefully
Well,
not.
Hopefully.
There's a few ways. Let's just
Yeah.
hope those don't ever happen. That would not be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess we can
should
jump
just-
right into the news.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, news of the week. We've got
Yeah.
a few things here. We got
First up, there's some news coming out of Seven Seas that they're making a new imprint for their
all
they will
their,
be using
all
for
their etchy stuff, all their
all the mature stuff.
all the lewd
Mhm.
stuff. I mean, I kind of wondered when they got To Love Ru, because To Love Ru is basically porn. It's like it's basically porn. So I guess they decided, hey, people want this so much, they're so into this. Let's just get a few more like it and make a new imprint.
Yeah.
The first volume.
One of my friends one time bamboozled me into watching To Love Ru or watching a couple episodes of it, and I was like, "Hey, this isn't."
I'm still watching
Yeah.
the first season, only
Yeah.
because one of the characters is legitimately, because the person who did character designs for To Love Ru also wrote Black Cat, which I really liked.
Mhm.
So one of the characters from Black Cat's literally just in To Love Ru as a different character. So that's why I started
Wow.
watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
it's you again. But
Mhm.
yeah, I haven't gotten through the first season. Although the first season's not as bad. It's a generic harem comedy. Apparently, once they get to Love Ru Darkness, that's when it becomes like full on porn.
Yeah.
It does say here that the first volumes will be delayed because they will be moving over to this new imprint.
Yeah.
And it's called Ghost Ship. It's
Yeah.
the ghost ship on the seven seas. No one's allowed to know about.
Yeah. That name and that logo are both very good, I thought. Very good for Seven Seas to do that. So yeah. They also announced the two other things picking up Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs and World's End Harem, with both sound like garbage.
Yeah.
As you would kind of expect.
And a World's End Harem. I mean, that was a pretty generic light novel anime a few seasons ago, so who knows? Maybe if they get the actual light novels. I think it was a light novel. I have no idea.
Yeah.
The To Love Ru and To Love Ru Darkness, and the first volumes of them were supposed to come out this month, but they're now slated for December 5th under the new imprint. And Yokai Girls was originally November, but it's now January. So, unfortunately for everyone who wanted their To Love Ru right now, you gotta wait a few more months. But it's still coming. Wait, World's End Harem. I just want to read this. The Man Killer Virus. Okay, it's this. You know where it's going. A lethal disease has eradicated 99.9% of the world's male population. Mizuhara Reito has been in cryogenic sleep for the past 5 years, leaving behind Tachibana Erisa, the girl of his dreams. When Reito awakens from deep freeze, he emerges into a sex-crazed new world where he finds himself in the planet's most precious resource. Rito and 4 other male studs are given lives of luxury and one simple mission: repopulate the world by impregnating as many women as possible. This is just outright porn. All Rito wants, however, is to find his beloved Erisa, who went missing 3 years ago. Can Rito resist temptation and find his one true love? She's like 5 years older than you now. She's like, ooh, I wonder if he's into moms. Maybe that's it.
I don't know if he has much choice. He'll have to be at some point.
Yeah. God. Yeah, otherwise humanity dies out. You'd better be into moms. Your job is making them now.
Yeah. he has to be into everything at this point now. He doesn't have a choice. But yeah, it sounds like garbage, but I'm sure someone will like it. Yeah. On to the next news story.
Yeah, apparently the
Yeah.
the unit in the haunted
Oh.
hot springs. He needs to
Yeah.
banish his spirit so he can live in the hot springs with all this super sexy, scantily clad female tenants.
Ugh.
But the ghost is a beautiful teenage girl.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
they sound
Anyway.
pretty trashy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, the next news story though is not trashy. So we have more details about the Junji Ito collection anime. You talked about the staff and have revealed a promotion visual. When I first saw the visual, I thought, "Oh, cool! I bet someone who knows more about Junji Ito could recognize these stories." But then they also said, "Oh, this isn't indicative of anything that might be in the show. It's just stylistically. Here's what we're going for."
What is the point of doing a visual
Yeah.
that has nothing to do with the show?
Yeah. I said that down here they said the site has not revealed which stories will be adapted and noted that the characters in the key visual may or may not appear in the anime. The staff will not reveal story information prior to the show's broadcast so that viewers can be surprised. Which I think that's nice, but also
Yeah.
it makes it hard to promote the show.
Yeah, and like this visual, honestly, I don't like it. I think it looks really cheesy, and it looks like those other bad horror things they have where they're like a 5-minute picture book. Like it doesn't look like something that would be animated.
This looks like some high school students' project to get that they got like a B on. Like, oh, I need to make this fake poster for a thing and just throw it together. I don't know, whatever.
Let's just throw like copious amounts of God, what inverted? Goddamn, I always forget the word. You know when you like invert the colors and
Yeah,
the
I know what
specific
you
word
mean.
for it. I forget off the top of my head, but yeah, like that. They just played around with that and like, it's contrast. Invert the contrast or whatever. Words and things. But yeah, no, it looks pretty not a good visual. So I'm a little worried about this now. I'm not gonna lie. Some parts look somewhat okay, but not really.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. They also announced some of the staff, and I don't really recognize any of them, or they're on shows that I haven't watched. So, directors from Diabolic Lovers, the writers are from Diamond Daydreams, sound director is from Higurashi no Naku Koro Nikai.
Higurashi is like a famously good horror.
Okay.
It has good audio. It has good squelches when bodies are getting like hacked up and beaten. Oh god. And the music's being done by Yuki Hayashi of My Hero Academia, so that should be good. He's pretty good.
So if nothing else, at least this show will sound good, hopefully.
Maybe. Horror soundtracks are such a different kind of...
Yeah. They're a weird
as
thing.
the pun would be, they're a different monster than, like, a shonen soundtrack. So.
Yeah. So yeah. I think that show is coming. Yeah, it's premiering January 7th. So we'll get that in a couple months.
Next season. Right? Yeah, that's next season. Alright.
Yeah.
And we have some unfortunate, sad news.
Yeah.
As many know, Grape-kun, the famous penguin that fell in love with the cardboard standee of Hululu from Kimono Friends, has passed away. Yeah, there's been so much really sad fan art that is like crying over a penguin halfway across the world you've never met.
Oh.
Yeah, he was 21, and that type of penguin usually don't live past 25, so he did live a pretty long life.
Yeah.
I heard rumors, I don't know how true they are, that when he had to be removed from the enclosure for health reasons, they brought the standee with him.
Yeah.
And I know the character designer, let me just find this, I think it was on Crunchyroll. The character designer from Kimono Friends actually drew like tribute art. Okay, it wasn't on here. It would be on my anime list then. And it's like, I've seen pictures of it as a new standee. I don't know if it was just photoshopped or not, but
Yeah, I saw some people suggesting that
Where
image
the
might
heck
be
did
photoshopped.
Where the heck did this go? I just saw this news article. Wait.
And I've got the tweet here with some pictures if you want to show that. The picture of the new art.
I don't want to go to Know Your Meme, but I just saw... I literally just saw this. Where the heck did this go? Wait. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna open my history off on another tab. If I knew how. How the heck do I get to my history on here? I'm not used to this browser. Alright, it's dumb. I go show all bookmarks and then go to history from there.
That is dumb. Wow.
Yeah, so... No, that's the one I just opened. I literally just saw this a minute ago. Yeah, it was on Crunchyroll. How did that disappear? Anyways, yeah. Here's the official character designer drew a picture of Grape-kun together with Hululu, and this is the image I've seen photoshopped in. I think it's photoshopped, but like they do have this image up by the enclosure.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, maybe they did make a stand-in and put in, but this doesn't say anything about that, but yeah, they have it up beside the enclosure right now.
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, rest in peace, Grape-kun. We'll miss you.
A true weeb among weebs. Alright, and then for other news, our last news, which, oh god, wait. I just closed the thing with all the news.
Oops.
When I opened the history thing, it automatically opened it over top of that, and I didn't realize, because it's like, technically, you get that little window, and I just double-clicked it, and it just opened over that one. I don't know why I did that instead of opening a new tab, but...
Yeah.
Let me just open this here. Google Doc again. So I can get this last piece. Because it's the only news we have left. Okay, I got it.
Alright.
So Yuki Yuna is a hero. The dub and sub is going to expire on Netflix on November 13th. So if you want to watch the first season, watch it now. I have a feeling this is partly because of the fact that Amazon picked up the new season, so there's a chance the first season will be going over to Anime Strike 2, but it might also just not.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch it now. It's a fantastic Magical Girls series. I highly recommend it. Yeah, go watch it.
I might have to watch that soon.
They have the member reviews, and it's like, one of them, first off, stop comparing this to Puella Magica. If you're a fan of that show and expecting them to be close, you'll be disappointed. Because everyone does. Everyone compares them. But the funniest thing is the review right above is, the story is weird. A lot of the stuff in this is weird. It's pretty much Puella Magi, and then it cuts off. Like, it's literally someone referring to it as Puella Magi, Madoka Magica, and someone saying, stop comparing it to that. So that's kind of like... There's definitely similarities in tone, but it's very, very different. It's a very good show, though. And I still have to watch the new season. I haven't watched, like, any anime this week. It's been bad. It's been bad.
I thought I hadn't watched a lot of anime this week, and then I looked at my list and I actually watched a lot of stuff this week.
I watched an episode of UQ Holder, Scorching Ping Pong Girls, and Boku no Hero Academia. That's all I watched. One episode of each. It was not a good week for anime for me. I was busy with a lot of stuff, like work and life and card games, and I got to go see Krista Berg live in concert, so that was cool.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, I watched a ton of stuff this week. So one thing I did is I started watching Madoka Magica, as we mentioned before. Yeah, and that show's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's had this opinion before. Maybe never heard this before, but Madoka Magica, pretty good. I'm only like 5 episodes in.
I opened your current.
Yeah.
I opened yours. I can see.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really good. It's like not really what I expected, but it's still good. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it really pretends to be something else the first few episodes.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna keep watching that. I'm gonna probably finish that in the next week or so.
And then you'll have to watch Yuki Yuna before it disappears.
Yeah, I have till November for that.
Yeah, I was gonna recommend Daybreak Illusion first, but because Yuki Yuna is gonna disappear.
Yeah, I'll do that first.
Get you into some more magical girl shows. I need to watch more myself, which might be relevant to something I'm gonna bring up later. Anyways. Did you read much manga this week or no? No.
No, I didn't read any.
I got my volume of Sweet Blue Flowers finally, so I got to read that.
Oh, nice.
The first
Very
volume,
good.
so I did read a bit, but yeah, that's about all I did this week. And then, of course, I watched the anime for this week, which I never updated on my list that I watched, so I'm just going to do that real fast. Never gonna watch me and be like, ha, nerd.
There was one of the non-new shows this season that I saw this week was the Amanchu OVA went live on Crunchyroll. Apparently they had been available in Japan somewhere for a while.
Yeah, I think it was bundled with the Blu-rays, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I need to watch that still.
It's really good. It made me want to go back and rewatch that whole show again.
Wait, there is another anime I watched.
Oh?
Yeah, there's one new anime that started as of yesterday by the name of Ruby Volume 5.
Oh, right, that's out.
And it is fantastic. Also, Voltron Season 4 started 2 days ago, so I watched the first episode of that this morning, and it has some weird tone shifts and characters seem out of context at points, but it's still good. But goddamn Netflix, their thumbnails for each episode spoiled me already. Like, why would you do that?
That's terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Also, everyone on Twitter spoiled me because no one thinks about spoilers these days. God damn it.
Yeah. Twitter seems like the worst place to go if you're trying to avoid spoilers.
Netflix is the worst for that because they put the whole season out at once. It's just like whoever has more free time to watch all first all tries to rush out to put out like GIFs and images and screenshots because they're like, well, someone else will do it and I need this so I can get the likes and stuff from it because that's what my Twitter or my Tumblr blog is about. And it's like people who don't have a chance to watch it till later immediately just get bum rushed by tons of people posting this shit. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's an unfortunate consequence of the modern technology.
Yeah, speaking of Netflix too, though, I think I saw it on your list because I can't remember its name. Oh yeah, IDO is now up on Netflix, which this aired in April to June. So this is only, what?
Couple months old.
4 months? It's like one season behind. That's so much better than Netflix has been doing.
Yeah.
So it's getting better. And maybe if they continue at this rate, stuff will air this season, although it won't because The Whale Children already hasn't aired on Netflix.
Yeah.
So but we might only have to wait an extra season, like it might start with next season. Hopefully it won't start with the season after next season and be half a year, but if it's just next season, I'm okay with it. It's much better than literally waiting an entire year for
Very true.
Little Witch Academia, which also had terrible subtitles that barely worked and awful dub. So
yeah, I got a couple other things that I watched this week that I wanted to comment on. One of the things we had mentioned last week when we were going through all the shows was Evil or Alive, which we mentioned, and I checked that out, and it's hot trash.
All right.
It's about.
Did you drop it already?
Yeah, I did. I watched the first episode, and it's awful. But it's like the teenagers who are on the internet too much get sent to this like military camp to be not addicted to the internet anymore, and it's really, really stupid. Like, it's not really made well. The animation looks janky and bad, and the voice acting isn't great. It's just all around a bad show. So
yeah, I just played the trailer, which I'd never watched before. It looks like it's just a boot camp to beat up people who like the internet. It's like, what the fuck kind of premise is that?
Yep, that's really dumb.
It seems like they just really hate NEETs, or like it feels like, oh, you like the internet? Or it's like the people who like the internet are going, people hate us for nothing, they don't want to hurt us. I was like, no.
Yeah.
This is Howliners, which did Centaur's Life. Which Centaur's Life was okay, but this is produced by Eamon, who did most notably Bloody Wars, which was terrible.
Oh
To Be
god, that
Hero
show is
was
awful.
apparently okay-ish. But yeah, all the stuff I see on here, none of it's gone being
Yeah,
considered good. None of it.
yeah,
Um, it's based off a
yeah.
web manga.
Mm,
I think it's a Chinese web manga. Yeah, it's a Chinese
yeah.
web manga it's based off of. So,
Hmm.
I mean, Hellliners is a Chinese studio, so
Yeah.
it's kind of cool seeing these Chinese ideas starting and like Chinese anime starting to come over.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, this one just looks like
Most.
hot trash. So
Yeah. Yeah. And then I also watched the new episode of Kino's Journey, which it's not a good episode. I don't think because
oh,
like it's the country they go to is like, oh, to be a citizen here you have to enter this tournament where you fight to the death in a coliseum, and so Kino enters and like just doesn't care about human life and is just like this uncaring person, and the whole country is
that's
awful.
really
It's
weird.
like,
Cause like
yeah, there's this.
episode 2 or 3 of the first series had this whole thing where it's like trying to save some people found stranded in winter and like
Hmm.
hunting rabbits to make rabbit soup and like there's this whole thing about like is it right or wrong to take one life for another life, like there's this
Yeah,
whole huge thing and like this debate between like the morality of hunting and killing an animal to save other people, and after hunting and killing all these rabbits and feeding them, it turns out
hmm,
that they were slave traders who, when they had first gone trapped, killed and ate all of their slaves. And they're like, well, we need a
oh,
new slave, so you're going to be our slave now.
oh,
And so Kino ends up surviving, getting away and killing them, but then it's like,
hmm,
was it the right decision that I sacrificed all these rabbits'
yeah,
lives and then these people died anyways because they're horrible people and had killed others? And
hmm.
would I do it again if I was in the same circumstance? Like, it was this whole, like, really
Yeah. That's
interesting morality thing, but then
yeah. That sounds like that series was like grim, but it made you think about stuff. Whereas this seems like they've just kind of missed the point and are just
mm,
like, Kino just kills people now.
that's kind of
And like,
scary. I
there's
do
this,
have to watch it still, but
yeah,
like, yeah, I hope it's
there's
not
this
like that.
a thing that happens at the end of this episode, the second episode, where like it's really really awful. Kino is terrible in it. Oh, like I don't want to spoil it, even though it's so episodic, it wouldn't matter too much. But
Mm.
like, it's bad.
Yeah, because it seems weird that Kino would even enter the tournament because part of their whole thing
Hmm.
is we'll observe the country, but we don't stay with it. We
Yeah,
don't like interfere.
yeah,
So why would you try to become a citizen and interfere in their tournament thing? That's
yeah. It was weird because like the people that Kino met at the gate were like, "Oh, you can't enter the country if you don't enter this tournament," but that
oh,
doesn't make any
maybe
sense.
that's yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was dumb.
I mean, I
Uh,
could see Kino going, okay, I'll enter the tournament because like it's my thing. I have to spend
hmm
3 days in the country, and if this is the only way, but then it's like
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was.
It doesn't sound like it's handled well. I'm still gonna watch it, and hopefully
Yeah,
that's just a one-off.
yeah. Hopefully, so I'll see you next week. I also watched the new episode of Code Realize, which is really boring
I have
and
not
it's
seen it
super generic.
yet.
You could probably skip it. I'm probably gonna end up dropping it. I'll watch one more episode, but it's just everything that's happening is boring, and the characters are generic, and it's just a dull, mediocre show with like
Right.
all these other shows you keeping up with. It's just I don't have time for something
Yeah,
so middling.
I don't have time for anything at this rate.
Yeah. Then Ancient Magus' Bride. I watched the second episode of that one too, and it's like they introduced a new character who kind of recognized that thing that the whole thing where the mage guy bought the girl and it's like, oh, you're going to be my apprentice and you're going to be my wife, and like they have brought in a character who's like, that's a weird thing to do, you shouldn't do that, that's bad.
Yes.
So
Well,
but
that's
but then yeah, but then the whole show, like that's still what the show did, and it seems like it's going to go in the direction of she's going to fall in love and marry him.
well,
That's what I expect it to do. So
it is a shonen, so the guy
hmm
has to get the girl in the end, anyways.
yeah, but I don't know. It show's really pretty and it has some cool moments. So, but it's just that one thing at the start that kind of ruins the whole thing.
Yeah, the
I don't
whole
know.
premise just makes me uncomfortable. I'm like,
Yeah, it's not great. Ugh. And Land of the Lustrous is so good. I really like that show.
Still behind on the episode.
Oh.
I'm behind on everything.
Yeah, you're behind on everything. It's okay.
I need to watch episode 2 of Konohana Kiten still too, because I heard it gets really gay. Like really
that's
gay.
good.
Yeah, gay cat girls or fox girls.
Yeah. All I want to say about Land of the Lustrous is that I really love that there's a bunch of small details in character movements. Like, it would be okay if they were like just standing still while someone else is talking, but like they're not. They're kind of moving around and doing like just small motions that kind of characterize them a lot better. Yeah. It's a neat little detail.
I remember one of the people who worked on Ruby at one point explaining the whole thing with 3D animation and how because it's in a 3D setting, they have to kind of move. Like, they can't just have them sit there.
Yeah. And also just this morning I watched the second episode of Two Car, which that show is still good, and everything about the coach is still dumb, but it's got a ton of cute girls in it, and that's wonderful.
Sorry, we don't let people advertise.
Yeah.
Wait.
This is the same person that came in before?
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, they did.
What?
Man. Banned.
No, get out of here.
Got him.
Not... Is it the same person, or is it just a different bot?
I don't know.
Like, I swear these are bots.
I think it's a different name, but with the same YouTube channel.
Yeah, when was this created?
While I'm thinking about it...
I can't see when channels are created on the beta page. It's so dumb.
Oh.
I hate the beta, but my night mode doesn't work. Or dark mode doesn't work if I'm off beta. Like, the chat just has it... Like, it's a big white square. And it's really obnoxious.
So, they reminded me, though, if you want to sub to our YouTube channel, you can go to Shenanimegans.moe. And that'll take you right to the channel, because YouTube has a requirement for custom URLs that we have not met yet. So
yeah, that account was made 2 days ago. Yeah. Also, you can't choose to like time them out for a certain amount of time. You can only ban when you're on the beta site. Beta site sucks. God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, the beta site's not good.
But my night mode doesn't work if I'm not on beta. And I can't do it without night mode.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
But yeah, Shenanimegans.moe.
Yeah. Then also go Shenanimegans.moe/live to be directed to DeadRobots YouTube channel. But I think that's more to type than twitch.tv/DeadRobots.
Yeah.
Oh, Twitch. Yeah, that's it.
And then our Discord.
Yeah. May as well pimp that while we're at it. Oh yeah, I should make a redirect for that too. I'll make a note to do that.
Wait, it hides it? Oh, because I'm on stream mode. I can't hear. I'll just post this. Yeah. We need to make one that doesn't die. I just posted in the chat because when I'm in streamer mode, I can't actually see it, apparently. It hides it in case you accidentally show, but...
Oh, that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I think that's just about everything I watched this week.
Alright.
Looking again.
So, on to our anime for the week.
Yeah.
Our talk show. So,
let's start with
Haibane Renmei. Let's start with Haibane Renmei, because I have something to talk about after. Anyways, so, Haibane Renmei, I know you said to me, like, oh no, I think I might have chosen a slice of life.
Yeah.
It's like, it kind of is, but at the same time, there's this really weird, unnerving feeling the whole time, and I constantly feel like shit's just gonna start going wrong. Like, it feels like the early episodes of Made in Abyss, where it's just like, you know shit's coming. Like, something's just off about this place.
Yeah, especially in this episode, which
you start to learn about the rules.
The rules and the toga and all that. It's like, there's something...
Is this an M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah.
Like, is this the village?
Oh, God. Yeah, they're going to look over the wall, and there's just a highway there. Oh, no.
Oh, no. It's
spoilers for the village.
Help me, I need to get out. And M. Night Shyamalan is going to be there and be like the warden of the park or something.
Ugh. So, yeah, one thing I noticed in the opening credits is that Ko Otani did the music for this show, and he also did soundtracks for... Shadow of the Colossus, which is fantastic, and for Outlaw Star, which is another fantastic soundtrack. and the music in the show so far has been really good. So I'm excited to hear more of it because he's really good with music, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah. So not much happens this episode, but it's all the like the world building dialogue that really pushed this episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of important world building in this episode, definitely.
Yeah, like we find out a lot more about how the Haibane work, such as the fact that they are quote unquote allowed to live in the city by the humans. The humans allow them, which is like that could change any time, and
makes me think there's probably like a history thing where like, oh, humans used to just kill the Haibane, and then this one village is like, no, you can live here, it's okay.
They
Maybe
do mention
like
that like the Haibane translator or whatever is the only person who can speak to the Toga, because they're the only person who knows like the hand signs for the type of sign language they speak. So that's probably got a big part to do with it. But like we hear a lot about other stuff like, oh, Haibane cannot earn money. Like the Haibane are basically treated as like communist slaves in this place. Like you work for a living, but then you just get pieces of paper to buy stuff from, but you can only buy stuff used secondhand. Like it's really weird and questionable. And it's like some weird rules that kind of force them into being a second-class citizen.
Yeah, and when they were buying clothes, it wasn't just that like, oh, you have to buy them used. It was that they let Raka, the shopkeeper, was like, oh, Raka, you can take something off that rack over there, which is usual used clothes, and then he pulls out this box of like old, dirty, smelly clothes for everyone else to pick through.
The thing with that seemed like he was running this shop, and he needs to actually make money from other people too. Like he can't just give them all of his good clothes because then he can't sell them for money. But he also seems to be like probably the only thrift store in town, so it's the only place they can go. So whenever they go, it's like sometimes he'll give them good clothes, especially her because she's new and has rags. But it's like I mean, you've already got good outfits. Here's some others. Also, the Haibane are all female, right? They mentioned that at one point.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's true.
That's also. That might be weird in other times, but yeah, like the guy seemed like he seemed like a nice salesperson, but just stingy. Like I kind of get it. He's in this weird little shop. It looked really not well taken care of. Like he's trying to make a living. He didn't look that well off himself too, compared to all the people you see outside in the cafes and stuff. They're all dressed really nicely. He was also dressed kind of. So it's like. In that, I can understand him being like, nah, take from these, like, those are my good things I can try to sell to make a living. But I'm curious if they're gonna do anything, like, make a friend with a human who's like, well, a human has to wear it first, right? And they'll buy something, wear it once, and just give it to them. Because theoretically, that would work, right?
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, in theory.
And if it's a gift, I don't know if you have to pay for it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. After the whole thing with the clothes scene is when they introduced the toga. So there's a wall that goes around the whole city, not just the city, but also the like dormitory where the Haibane live.
There's also like farmlands to feed everyone, so it goes around all of those too.
But the toga are these dudes who are the only ones allowed outside. And they're not allowed to like talk to anyone inside.
In the city too. That's the thing. They come from outside. They come in to trade. But that really makes you wonder, like, just what's outside the wall? Is it bad? Like, it looks like a weird cultist thing. Like, I almost feel like it's kind of like, oh, the Haibane are starting to like show up here. Let's quarantine them in this city that was already here. Because like it's too close, and then like this weird cult just stays outside, and like maybe it's like all much more modern and nice outside, but this cult that's trying to like keep them trapped will like bring in like, here's just enough supplies for trade to keep everyone going that you need, and then leave just to keep it alive, but like keep them still under control.
There's this episode did a really good job of sowing seeds of like something is up here, something's wrong,
something ain't right.
So we'll have to see next week because So at the end of the episode, one of the other things they talked about is that Haibane Renmei, like the name of the show, is actually like an organization that works
That
with the
looks after
village.
the
Yeah,
Haibane.
yeah, and they kind of organize like, oh, here's your notebook where you record your earnings and stuff, and I was like, oh, they called Raka to come talk to them at a temple tomorrow or the
Yeah,
next
because
day.
she's new or whatever, so I guess they'll like
Yeah,
explain to her some stuff. And the other girl has to return the mold for the halo, which is still so weird to me that they make it.
yeah,
It's like, who came up with this? Make the halo put on. What if they all just went around with their wings? It's like someone. This is why I think it's
yeah.
like a cult. Someone was like, oh, let's try to make them into angels, and then maybe that religion
Mhm.
changed over time, and they're like lost its meaning, and now it's like, well, we're not making them into halos. We just give them a halo, because why the fuck not?
Mhm.
But also, the wings didn't sprout until after the halo was given, so maybe the halo causes that? I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Hmm.
weird.
So many
I wonder
interesting
if
things.
the halo is supposed to be some way to like guarantee you can recognize them, because with wings you could hypothetically like hide those under a big coat or something.
That is
Or
quite
if they have
possible,
a
yeah.
halo, then you'll always know. Yeah, because they talked about when they were talking about clothes, they were like, "Oh, in the winter we have things to cover our wings to keep them warm."
Yeah, no, that would make sense.
Yeah.
It's literally just a marking
Yeah,
to keep
because I'm thinking that that's like not quite like a slave thing going on, but like, oh, we
It's like
get your labor for free, and then we
it's
give you our
trying to keep
leftovers.
them for second-class
Yeah.
citizens.
Yeah. So yeah, this show is super interesting so far. It
Mhm.
seems really, really good.
The world is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so all of that goes, and then they end up back, and Reki is still there waiting for Rocket to get back, and
Mm-hmm.
wants to look after her, and then suddenly she's like collapsing. It's like, oh yeah, the emotional strain, and like, yeah, sure, probably you're in a whole new world. You've just woken up, and
Yeah. So it's like day 2 for her.
and it's like, here's your entire
oh.
life from now on. It's like
Yeah.
probably
Oh.
overwhelming, but like, so she's trying to be like, I'll be here till you get to sleep and stuff, and she's like, you should sleep too. I'm like, why don't you just sleep together? Just be lesbians together.
Mm-hmm.
Badumch. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
That last scene, Reki totally knows more than she's letting on.
yeah.
It's like when they got back, they're like, "Oh, the lights in the room are out," and Reki was sitting there in darkness by herself, smoking.
She also always wanted, or she had moved into that room maybe for a purpose. I also
Mhm.
think it was, she was, again, she was waiting for them to come back and watching, and probably had the light off because she didn't want all of them to come back together.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, have you moved yet? We can help wherever. Because, right, they're like, oh, well, the
Mhm.
light's on. I guess we'll, or off. Let's like split up here. But they might not have otherwise.
Yeah.
They might have gone to go check on Reki, and
Mhm.
possibly Reki was like, oh yeah, it's gotta be tiring. You don't need that. Like, but then
Mhm.
they do make a weird thing where it's like, oh, Reki is for like Gareki or Pebble or wherever. It's like walking on a moonlit beach is her dream. What if it's walking with someone again?
Aw.
Yay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully. But
Hopefully.
it could, yeah, she's also considered like the caretaker of them, right? It's
Yeah.
like she looks after the little wings. I don't know if Haibane age, it's not really mentioned, or if they just stay the age they came into the world at.
Mhm.
So, we also don't know if, like, possibly, maybe there's something else there that maybe Reki knows if she's, like, a lot older than everyone else and no one realizes or something. So,
Mhm.
yeah, she definitely could know someone. I do also want to point
Yeah.
out part of the reason everything feels so, it feels darker and like something's not right. The ending song seems really dark, and the opening, that line where it says Haibane Reme, and they have like this smiley face, but it's all like in weird runes that look like it's like from some old like beaten up tome you see in some kind of like
Yeah.
not quite horror but close to horror thing. It's like, it definitely doesn't feel right. Something really feels
Yeah.
off about everything in this show.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see more of this next week.
Yeah, I can't wait, because
Yeah.
next episode, I believe, is the one where the Colossal Titan breaks down the wall, and then,
Oh.
I mean, wait,
Right.
what?
Yeah, this is actually a prequel to Attack on
Yeah,
Titan.
yeah, the wings are the 3D maneuver gear.
Yeah.
You figured
Oh,
it
that
out.
would be. Yeah. That's the real secret of the show.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's this week of Hype on Anime. I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah,
It seems very
definitely.
interesting.
Hmm.
I. So you're a horror. First thing I want to ask, what did you do? You like the show? Just be straight
Oh,
up. Just be straight up. Do you think it's a good
nope.
show? No.
I think it's kind of garbage.
Yeah, yeah. So that's something I was gonna bring up. It's very similar to Jing in that thrives off its aesthetic. The problem is they aren't
Hmm.
even trying to have a unique plot. I thought they would after
Yeah.
episode 1, but they didn't. It was really cool hearing Raina Scully on that radio in episode 2, but uh,
Hmm.
I'm probably gonna keep watching it just for the aesthetic reasons because it's super cute. But also,
Hmm.
I don't think this is gonna hold out as our show. I thought it would have a plot. I really did, but
Yeah.
they spent like half of this episode like, oh, it's a cat. Let's try to feed the cat. Oh, the cat doesn't
Yeah.
want to eat. It'll eat later. What's this big bubble? It was like, ah. So yeah, what I
Hmm.
was gonna say is, how'd you feel about dropping this and we can grab
Oh,
something else, watch 2 episodes, the first 2 episodes next week, then or 3 and 4 the next week, and then go even.
yeah. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
okay, because yeah, I don't think this is gonna hold out, and we've gotta
Yeah.
not just watch things that have no chance. Like
Yeah.
at least with Jing, they kept up some premise of a plot and stuff where we did have
Hmm.
more to talk about, and then also with
Yeah.
yeah, because Jing was trying to be like psychological or like have deeper meaning, so we could at least discuss
Hmm.
that. This doesn't.
This
This is just
is
aesthetic.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
the
the
other.
only positive note I had for both episodes here was
It's
that
so
I
pretty.
I really like how the environments look, how
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
backgrounds and everything. It looks so good.
I really
But
like the
everything
character
else,
designs too. The cat girl's really
oh,
cute.
I hate the character designs.
I
They look
love the
stupid.
cat girl though.
It's like a bad imitation of Kiari Pamu Pamu.
Oh
Oh,
god. I mean, this is Harajuku fashion. That's like the style.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but but I like the cat
Turns
girl.
out
The cat
yeah.
girl's cute. Um,
Is she an actual cat girl, or
I
does
don't
she
know.
just wear
She has
ears
cat
on
hair.
tail?
Well, one of the other ones has horns, right? So I think they just wear
Yeah.
them. But she
Yeah,
like,
but
I love her.
but her tail moves.
Oh, it
Her,
does,
her
right?
tail, yeah.
Who? Maybe
I don't
she
know.
is. I love her costume though, because it's like the green hooded jacket with the cat ears. Still,
Mhm.
it's like I want that jacket. It's so cute.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about all we can talk about the 2 episodes, because
Yeah.
Coopers come, they
'Cause-
steal stuff, and then they're like, let's not steal stuff, and beat them up like magical girls.
Mhm.
And some little girl with a talking shrimp appears, and they're probably bad people. I'm saying it right now. Those
Probably.
people are gonna be villains, but
Yeah.
I'll keep you updated as I watch it. But
Okay.
yeah, we were talking about not doing a show airing, like not having to do an airing show, and I think that might be
Mhm.
good for this season because there's not a lot.
Yeah.
The few things that look like they might have decent plot, I just don't have interest in at all, or we
Mhm.
cannot watch them like whale children.
Yeah.
Which I really want to watch.
Yeah.
And like Yuki Yuna's season 2, so we can't do that. Girls Last
Mm-hmm.
Ride in Kino are like really episodic, and we're trying to
Yeah.
stay away from those as much. So
Mhm.
I'm grabbing something from a previous season because we're
Alright.
gonna swap, and I have an idea already. It is
Okay.
currently on High Dive, so there is a place to watch it legally. That's why I can do this.
Mhm.
Oh god, how do I spell this? Let me just go to my anime list. I watched the first episode when it aired, and it seemed interesting. And it seems like it's gonna have plot. It's a magical girl
Mhm.
show. Let
Awesome.
me just. It came out a few seasons ago. Oh wait, it's a High Dive exclusive, so it should be under exclusive. Oh, they have new exclusives that look cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not showing here. Yeah, I'm just gonna find it in my anime list. That'll be easier.
Yeah.
Shoshin Shoujo Matoi. Or Soshin.
Shoujo Matoi.
Soshin Shoujo, right?
Soshin.
Saw an S that was not there. Wait, it's not coming up on High Dive now. It was on High Dive.
Oh no.
Oh, Matoi the Sacred Slayer. That's why it's gonna be under the English
Ah.
name.
Under the
Yeah,
English name.
Matoi the Sacred Slayer.
Mhm.
It doesn't have the best ratings, but it's a magical girl show that will have plot. So we will have plot.
All right.
So it gives us plot, and hopefully it won't be trash.
Yeah. Huh.
It was this or Garaizio, but I've already seen the first 7 episodes of that, so that wouldn't be fair. But
Mm-hmm.
God, I want you to watch it. I want your opinions. I can't watch the last 5 episodes knowing what's coming. It's like
Of
the
Garai
way,
Zero?
yeah, the way the show structure works. After the first 2 episodes,
Mm-hmm.
well, actually, no, not after the first 2, because then it's fine. But it's probably after like the first 4 or 5 episodes, it starts getting like really hard to watch for various reasons, but some are really specific. And it's like I would spoil if I said why, but like the first episode is one of the best first episodes I've ever seen in a show.
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
such a good first episode. It's just like, damn.
Hmm.
But yeah, so everyone who's watching who wanted Yurahara, we are dropping it for Soushin Shoujo Matoi. So next week we'll do episodes 1 and 2 of it, because...
Yeah. Apparently, I've watched the first episode of this already, and I dropped it. I totally don't remember it, though.
I watched
I'm looking
the
at
first
the...
episode in 2016. There was nowhere legal to watch it at the time, so I
Yeah.
it was hard to find, and that was, I think, one of the reasons why probably most people didn't end up watching it. Because I remember I watched the first episode, I'm like, this is pretty good, I'll come back to it. But then I had so much other stuff, I just never got back to it. Because, you know, it's hard to... It just didn't show up anywhere. Like, no one was talking about it because there wasn't a legal streaming site for anywhere.
Yeah.
But now there is, so... It's also done by White Fox for the studio, who did Rizio, Akamaga Kill, Steins Gate, Katanagatari, stuff like that. Good stuff, good stuff. So, Utaru Mono, and some bad stuff like Kiss to Tiara and Akamaga Kill, which I said, but it's actually I don't like that show.
Yeah.
And they're currently doing Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko.
Oh.
They like shows with shoujo in their name apparently, because we're watching Soushin Shoujo Matoi. But yeah, I need to also watch Shoujo Shumatsu Ryoko, Girls Last Ride.
Yeah.
I think, they
that shows...
Like shows about girls, I guess.
Oh yeah, I wanted to mention Girls Last Ride. Their faces still look dumb.
all I've seen is a picture of them dabbing. I'm like, they're cute. I wanna. They're cute dabbers.
That show's cute, but their faces are dumb.
I love dumb faces as much as like. It's bad, but I do. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, we could talk a bit about Yurahara, but we're probably not gonna... I'm sorry for making you watch 2 episodes just to drop it.
It's okay. I mean, I already watched half of the first one anyway, so it wasn't that big a time commitment or anything.
Yeah, it's... I'm gonna finish
it feels good to be free, though.
I'm gonna finish it. I really do enjoy its aesthetic enough. That it's one that I put on when I just want to, like, relax, and I don't need to pay attention to the plot because it doesn't happen. That's literally what I did. I was, like, just doing other stuff while it played. I'm like, it's cute. They're shooting ice cream at a giant corn monster that shoots popcorn at people and then died into a bunch of caramelized popcorn. And my favorite thing of the second episode is like, wait, where are all these people coming from? Oh no, what's happening? And they're all grayed out. I'm like, oh no, it's the attack of the extras.
Oh no.
They're angry they're not being paid enough wages to even have a colored face.
Yeah. That is one other thing I like about that show is they end it on a thing and then immediately pick up there. Or at least it seems like that's what they're going to do. That's what they've done for 2 episodes. Then after the credits, they have that live-action fried shrimp. It just talks.
The goddamn shrimp. The goddamn... I don't like that shrimp. It would be better without it.
Oh, I hate the shrimp. He has a terrible voice, too.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be evil, too. We all know he's going to be evil.
Oh, yeah.
The shrimp is definitely evil.
Yeah. So after they fend off the scoopers, then the talking fried shrimps are going to come down from space and take over the Earth or something.
What if the Wait, scoopers. What if they're called scoopers because they scoop the shrimp out of the ocean and it's all actually a big mass hallucinogenic attack by shrimp to cause people to think fishermen are evil and fight back and murder fishermen?
I bet that's totally it. That's exactly right.
That would probably be a more interesting plot than what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Ugh.
Maybe even more believable, too.
I
hate to say it. I wanted to like the show, but... it's not one I can say is actually good, and I don't want to subject everyone to a whole season of it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got worried when I saw the mal rating for Urahara was at like a 5.1 or something.
It wasn't that bad when I first watched it, but
yeah, it's up to like a 5.3 now, so it's much better.
Hey, it's going up. But yeah, it's there's a lot of, I guess, as we were talking about, it's hard to know what you're getting into with a new season. So it's like, it's so easy if we always pick a new season show for it to just suck. So we shouldn't force ourselves to always pick something from the new season. If there's something that interests us, we can. So like, I probably should have done like Land of the Lustrous, but
yeah,
we're watching that anyways. I want to try to find something that like we might not watch and might be more interesting, because it gets me to watch stuff I wouldn't otherwise check out or finish sometimes, I think. So
yeah,
unfortunately sometimes it's just so bad you gotta
unfortunately
it's not so bad, it's more there's just not enough to talk about for content. I think is the big thing. That's the biggest reason I'm like, we should drop this. It's just not enough to talk about per episode for content.
Yeah, like when I was watching the episodes this morning, it was like the first episode I didn't expect to have a lot to talk about, because first episodes are usually a lot of introduction, but then the second one was a lot of nothing as well. So
the goddamn it's a fish hot dog. We're gonna feed to a cat in a hot dog plate, and the cat's like, nah, fuck off. I'm not having any of this. This is talking shrimp. This is battered. Goddamn. Not about this kind of life.
I bet the shrimp isn't evil, but I bet the girl is evil. Because when
I swear they're both
probably
evil. Yeah, there's that one thing at the end when the popcorn's there. It's like, ooh, interesting or something, right?
Yeah. So yeah, that's Urahara. Goodbye, Urahara.
It's okay. I'll keep us up to date if I don't fall behind on it like I've fallen behind on everything else already.
Yeah.
I'm so behind. So much anime to watch. But yeah, so Soshin Shoujo Matoi. Matoi the Sacred Slayer. Next week.
So we'll watch the first 2 episodes of that for next week.
Yes, and then we'll watch episode 3 and 4 for the next week.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and then we'll just watch normally. And here's hoping it's not going to be trash. It's okay. It's magical girls. We get new magical girls. Yeah. So I need more in my life always.
Always.
I remember I really liked the designs from what I remember of the episode I saw. I really liked the designs, and yeah, so here's hoping.
Yeah.
So
hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's all we've really got this week.
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember anything else. I think that's all.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone who stopped by and watched and didn't try to get us to subscribe to their YouTube channel.
Yeah. So yeah. Just again, check us out at shenanimegans.moe. And follow DeadRobots on Twitch if you're watching live. Twitch.tv/DeadRobots.
Discord link is in the chat, or was. It's probably gone now. I should update the anime podcast. I have the VOD playlist YouTube. Is that on the new YouTube, or if you want, let me check. That's on the new YouTube. Okay, so you can get to VODs in my description. I need to add the Discord link still. I have not done that. Soon. But yeah, just thank you for watching. I hope to see you all again soon.
Well, we'll see you next week.
So, take care.
See ya.